Hello and welcome to Paul, Dark and Handsome. Our first guest on our very first show is Tommy, and Tommy's a great guy. And today we'll be discussing advertisements and recent annoying and pleasant advertisements that we've seen. The first advertisement is the new Quiznos Torpedo, which is a sandwich that they've produced that is about 14 inches long. It's this massive thing, and a couple
but very
things.
thin.
Yes, it's very thin, but it's massive. It's like this really nice and long sandwich.
Just has power in it.
Yes, power in it. And a few weeks ago, I was watching a movie, and it was on TV, and the movie was called The Transporter 2. And anyway, I was watching this movie, and every single commercial break, this commercial showed up. The torpedo showed up. It interrupted me every single commercial break, and it got really annoying after a while. The first time, I thought, you know what, this looks really, really good. But then after the second, third, fourth, fifth,
just
sixth,
drives you crazy.
It just drove me insane. It was over and over again with the torpedo and this really annoying voice that was like, "Hey, Dave, put me in, Dave." It was disgusting after a while, and I thought, I don't want to eat somebody's torpedo. It wasn't very pleasant after a while. And then that night, instead of getting the torpedo, I got Chinese food. See, it actually turned me off to the torpedo because they played it so much. So this, multi-million-dollar ad campaign turned right around and bit Quiznos in the butt. Because it turned me off to the torpedo because it happened so much. So as you can see, that is an example of bad advertisement because it turned off the consumer to the product because it was just so obnoxious, so annoying, and every commercial break it interrupted my movie. So I got Chinese food. Now Tommy has a good example of good advertisement with extra flavor. Like for instance, in the Quiznos commercial, they could have changed it up. Each time it could have been a different commercial about the 14-inch sub, but it was the same exact one with the "Hey Dave, put me in, Dave." It got so obnoxious. If they had say, hey Bob, put me in, Bob, then I would have been more interested. But it was Dave every time, and it was a stupid torpedo every time. So it wasn't changed up. So now Tommy...
That's just awful. But
yeah.
Something I really appreciate is the Bud Light company. They're doing a good job with their advertising. I like the humor and the variety.
And we both love their beer, so.
And they do always show pretty girls, which I appreciate as well. The good thing about what they do is that they come out with some cool snazzy guy. He goes into
very snazzy.
He goes into a beer shop. There's an awkward situation, but it's all resolved with the beer robot or the beer in the end. Yeah, just fixes the problem.
Or for instance, the horse. I love the horse commercials with Bud Light, and I love the.
That is so epic. That's American.
Yeah, that's American, and then also the special language class Bud Light commercials. Those are unforgettable, and they're different every time. Whereas the stupid torpedo, we have to look at the same torpedo every single commercial, and it really gets tiresome, boring, bothersome, and it turned me off. So there you have it. Good advertisement. Bud Light, the horses, the English tutor, all sorts of awesome commercials with Bud Light, but with
Bud Light.
Yeah, Bud Light. So there you have it. What Tommy and I really want to hear from you, however, is your maybe least favorite or most favorite commercial, because we want to know how the public feels about the torpedo, about Bud Light, and about other products, and how they have affected your lives positively or in a negative way. So, there you have it.
Show us what makes you happy.
Please subscribe to my channel so you can get more of Paul, Dark and Handsome, and maybe some Tommy later on, because he's also very handsome, and we're both sexy, so.
Oh yeah.